Good morning, my pet. Did you sleep well? Oh? Were the silks and furs not up to your standards? Who knew you would have such high expectations? Ah, I see. Being in a new environment can make it difficult to get a good night's rest. Those chains cannot have helped either. I'm so sorry that I couldn't unlock those cuffs. I wanted to be sure of your loyalty. Or your confinement, at the very least. You may have yielded to me last night, but a single passionate encounter does nothing to sway my suspicion. It is just the opening someone would need to make a deadly move, when I am perceived to be at my most vulnerable. Many humans have had similar thoughts, but you cannot comprehend the true scope of a dragon's senses. I told you that my direct gaze reveals deception. If you had planned to attack me last night, while we were entwined so closely, I would certainly have read it in your eyes. But from what I recall, your eyes were mostly overwhelmed, flitting to and fro, unsure where to look, or what expression to even make, when they were not squeezed shut in ecstasy. I told you that I'd make you want me, and as a rule, my pet, I never lie. It is only fair when no one else can lie to me. Even if you were trying to lie to yourself, I had only to nudge the truth out of you with sweet kisses, hushed words, and practiced hands. I saw no deception when I asked if you wanted to be taken into my bed. You couldn't even pretend to lie. It was precious, watching you struggling to deny your own desires. I'll repeat what I said last night. I know when you are lying, and when you wish you were. I would have you speak your mind, always. I would have your wants and needs spill from those lovely lips, regardless of how crass or scandalous. There is no need for shame, not with me. Be as indulgent as you wish. Behave yourself, and you may beg me for extravagant gifts, or lavish trinkets. Anything that you wish, and I mean that. I've the ability to give you. Be always honest with me, and there is nothing beyond my power to give you. Oh, my sweet pet. I may have just finished telling you to be greedy, but your freedom costs too much. I cannot afford it. Not after you became mine. You impressed me from the moment you opened your mouth. Honesty from the start, telling me how resistant you were to being sent as my tribute. You also didn't pretend to have slept like a prince last night. even in the fine bed that I promised you. An honest human pet is a treasure too costly to give away. Though, perhaps you do deserve some reprieve from those cuffs. Here, let me open them for you. As I suspected. Such shoddy craftsmanship, if you could even call it that, has left such angry red blisters on your lovely skin. I'll have to make efforts to heal this. Perfect timing. Enter.
Your Grace.
Welcome, my most valued craftsman. Please bring out your work. I do hope there are no issues after the extensive measuring you did yesterday. Should anything need to be reworked, I will expect it done promptly. All right. Let them adorn you, pet.
Your Grace, his wrists. It would be unhealthy to place new cuffs on such injured skin.
Very well, Tristram. Bring healing ointment and bandages with haste. I wish to see my pet in his cuffs before my craftsmen leave.
Of course, Your Grace.
Theo, why don't you begin? I wish to see my pet's new collar above anything else. Get to it.
Yes, Your Grace. Your neck appears to be unharmed, unlike your wrists. Alright. Tilt your head back a bit for me. That's right. And I'll close this collar around your neck. This is some of my finest work, if I do say so myself. Pure gold, but thin enough not to weigh too heavily on you. I studied the outside with diamonds and sapphires as per your request, my grace. The lining is padded, covered with crushed red velvet. Soft, sturdy, and inescapable once the latch is closed in the front. It acts as the loop for the chain as well. As ordered. Here is the gold chain to attach. Again, lightweight. But as sturdy as it is beautiful. One need simply place the latch curve through the end link in the chain and close the latch tight. All locked together by one mechanism. Only opened with the matching key, which I have tested to ensure it fits perfectly.
Hand it over.
Yes, Your Grace. Would you like to see the cuff for the other end of the chain?
Absolutely. Place it upon my wrist.
Forgive my shaking hands, Your Grace.
I'm well used to the effects of my aura, Theo. Worry not.
I'm still compelled to ask forgiveness. But, as you can see, the cuff fits you exactly, and the free end of the chain attaches to the outside. Your pet can be leashed to you at all times, both by the collar and his own cuffs. I lined the cuffs with the same padding and crushed velvet, and a matching pattern of diamonds and sapphires.
Very good. I am pleased. Incredible quality, as always, Theo. The velvet is especially luxurious.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace.
I would like a similar design in silver. Stud it with diamonds and rubies this time.
I shall begin on it at once, Your Grace.
Now, Calyra, let us see the jewelry.
Of course, Your Grace. I'll begin with a set of rings. May I see your hands, young man? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. There. I sized each ring to the precise finger. They appear to fit perfectly on all 3 fingers, on both hands. 2 silver with emeralds and black opals, then 2 gold with sapphires and white opals, plus 1 plain silver and 1 plain gold band for the accent finger of each hand.
Ah, My pet does look more incredible by the moment, thanks to the works of your hands. Beautiful arrangement of all the gems and stones, Calyra. You have transformed my pet's somewhat rough hands into works of art.
I praise your grace. I'm grateful for it.
What of the earrings?
Yes, of course. Here are the 3 sets. 1 for each piercing he already has. 18 in total. 2 diamond studs and a hoop in gold, silver, and copper.
Put in the golden set.
Yes, your grace.
I am pleased, my pet, that you already had 3 piercings in each ear. It saved me the trouble of having them pierced for you. Having so many places to display stunning jewelry is quite the draw for me. I was delighted when they made that discovery yesterday upon your measuring.
I have brought the bandages and ointment, your grace.
Bring them here. Place them on the table beside me. I shall see to my pet's wounds myself.
Here you are, your grace.
Do not be alarmed, pet. I'm going to hoist you up onto the table. I need you to be higher up to bandage your wrists. Do not squirm. Just sit there quietly. Give me your hands. Good boy. Now, behave and let me do this. Jans, I'm eager to see the circlet crowns. You'll have to climb up onto the table as well, to fit his head.
I'm sure I can manage that, your grace. I'll just climb up and kneel behind you. There. Now, I made both the silver and gold circlets. I'll start with the gold. Here we are. Just brush your hair back a bit. Perfect. Seems to fit just snugly enough.
Oh, I love that draped chain with the diamonds at the temples. It looks enchanting on him.
I'm so glad it pleases you, your grace. I used the same design on the silver one as well, which, switching them out, also appears to fit just right.
Leave him in the gold one. Ah, yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I always have the finest treasures. Once I'm done wrapping your wrists, we'll have you dressed properly. Or what is proper for my pet. Inarr, I see that vivid ensemble you are holding. Bring it here.
As you requested, your grace. Floating collar and pants, made from satin. With bedded detailing, I have soft velvet and satin slippers to match, as well as floating armband sleeves. If your pet becomes too cold, I've made 2 robes. One lightweight velvet and the other fur and silk. I hope I utilize the colors you requested in a pleasing manner.
Yes, very pleasing. 'Tis a shame to conceal too much of my pet's body when it is so fine. I must consider his health, however. So I will accept the robes to fight any chill. There. Suitable wrappings for the injuries. Now you may dress him.
Clothing usually goes before the crown circlet, but in this case, the clothing is very bare minimum in terms of, coverage. So just let me slip this over your head. The floating collar rests across your shoulders, and then slip your arms through the floating armbands for your sleeves. Looks like my measurements were on point. It fits you perfectly. Feet, now please. The slippers were also made to your size. There we are. All put together now.
What a vision you are, my pet. Truly, you are now a treasure worthy of being at my side. Such a spectacle of lithe body and muscle, with impeccable craftsmanship that only accentuates your natural allure. I cannot tear my eyes away from you. Well done. You have all exceeded my expectations, and again proved your usefulness to me. You may go now.
Yes, Your Grace.
Calyra, have you more to say?
If I am permitted to do so, Your Grace.
Speak, if you must.
May I address your pet?
Oh, I did not expect that. Interesting. Go ahead.
We have met before, have we not? At the jeweler's gathering several years ago. Yes, I thought so. I took your workshop on intricate gem settings. I thought that I'd learned all I could, being amongst the best in my field, but your teachings showed me a whole new way of thinking. I wanted to say thank you, especially now that, that we're both here.
My pet is also a jeweler.
One of the finest in the country, Your Grace. I'm assuming that is why he was sent to you. The Varhaven Council must have considered him the perfect human tribute to send along with the other treasures.
Might he have crafted anything in my hoard?
More than likely, many pieces of jewelry, decorative weaponry, livery, and so on, Your Grace.
What is his craft signature?
Incrinite.
Incrinite. Yes. Several of my favorite treasures come to mind. Stars above. A valuable pet indeed. I am suddenly more taken with you than ever before. Incrinite. Thank you for the information, Calyra. You may go now. You have done your job well.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Well. You are just filled with surprises, aren't you? I knew there had to be a reason why your fingertips were so tough and worn, when the rest of you is so soft. To think that one of my favorite jewelry crafters would end up as one of my treasures. The council chose well. So much is falling into place now. I can see why they chose you, but how did they persuade you to come to me willingly? You said that you were trapped in an impossible situation. All right. If you'd rather not elaborate, I suppose it does not matter. Whatever the circumstances, you came to me, and you are now mine. I admit, it has been a long while since I last had a human pet by my side. It is exciting to have such a lovely one again, though I tire of calling you my pet. I'd prefer to settle on a fixed endearment for you. Let us see. You are fair enough to be compared to countless gems and precious metals that I favor. Choosing just one may prove more difficult than expected. Come here, sit in my lap, and let me study you for inspiration. That's right. Seeing the gold and jewels against your bare flesh, it does reframe you as something much more delicately beautiful than anything else. So, no jewel comparisons. No precious metals either. Something softer. Something delicate. but polished and highly valuable. Opals come to mind, as they are a soft stone, but contain vivid flames of color. But that still does not seem to fit correctly. Your eyes could be several varieties of stones for the color, but none of them seem quite right. Tell me, are you native to Varhaven? Ah, the seaside region. You have just given me the perfect thought. You're soft, polished, and highly valued, and also from the sea. Shall I call you my pearl? Ah, yes, that suits you so very well. I can easily switch between calling you my pet and my pearl. Do you like it? No? Do my highly refined senses deceive me? Or was that shy, stuttering response a lie, my pearl? Yes. Your skin has broken out in tiny bumps. Your cheeks flush with bashfulness, and your eyes betray you to my gaze. You like that? Dare I say, you love that name? My lovely, lovely